Hey, before we get started with today's episode, did you know I have a YouTube channel? It's full of easy to follow videos created not only for hairstylists and salon owners, but also everyday hair lovers who want to understand their hair a little better and feel more confident doing it. From how to find the parietal ridge and use texturizing shears, to what to look for when signing a commercial lease, or how to brand and market your salon, I've got something for anyone who loves hair and our industry. And yes, my brand new foundational haircutting series is live now. So whether you're fresh out of beauty school, mentoring a team, or you're just obsessed with great hair, these videos are here to educate and inspire you. So head over to YouTube, look up All About Hair with Denise, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the thumbs up. That way, you'll be notified when the next video is released. Thanks so much again for being part of this community, and always remember, when you know better, you do better. All right, now let's get into today's episode. Have you ever walked out of a salon, looked in the mirror, and thought, this isn't what I wanted? You are not alone. So many clients, no matter where they go, leave feeling let down. But here's the good news. These pain points are avoidable. Today, we're breaking down the 5 biggest reasons clients leave salons disappointed. And more importantly, the solutions that transform those experiences into pure joy. Welcome to All About Hair, where we talk shop, share stories, and spill the secrets behind great hair and a great career. I'm your host, Denise Keilitz, a former salon owner, educator, and a lifelong hair crusader. Whether you're a new stylist building your book or just someone who loves learning about all things hair, you're in the right place. So what is the number one reason clients leave unhappy? Well, their hair doesn't look the way they imagined. Maybe the blonde is too brassy, the layers don't fall right, or the length feels a little off. It all comes down to miscommunication. So what do I mean by that? Well, stylists often assume they know what a client means when they say just a trim or I want it lighter, but those words can mean totally different things to different people. In my mind, just a trim can mean half an inch. Somebody else's, if they haven't had their hair cut in 2 years, their trim might be 2 inches. So you really do need to be specific. If you're a stylist, take your comb out, show them what an inch looks like. Show them what 2 inches looks like. Turn them around and show them the back of their hair and maybe where it's breaking off and what would make their hair look thicker and make it look healthier. Or say they want their color done and they're blonde. Maybe they're level 7 blonde. I don't know, making this up. And they say, I want to go lighter. Well, sometimes you think 7 is light enough. Now, on my head, it would be totally light enough. But on other people, they want a level 10, 11, 12, right? They want that platinum. But you don't know what that is, so you need to bring out pictures. Every stylist should have at least some Pinterest pages set up. I would label them blonde hair, brunette hair, bobs, layers, balayage, whatever. You should have them labeled. So that way, when somebody comes in and they say they want to go blonder, you can pick your Pinterest board and go, okay, tell me what blonder looks like in your eyes. Because maybe they just want some money pieces. Maybe they want it blonde all over. Maybe they want the ends blonder with balayage. Maybe they want it blonder from root to end. And the only way to get at them there is through traditional highlights or maybe an overall lightening service. You don't know that until you see pictures. And if you are a client, I say the same thing. Bring in pictures. That is the only way that you can communicate, because think about it. The stylist and the client, we're speaking 2 different languages here. You have to fix this through a clear, thorough consultation. You use photos. You repeat back what the client says. You want to make sure that you are hearing them correctly. You want to explain what's realistic and what can possibly happen at today's appointment and maybe what can't happen. Maybe they do want to go to a level 10 from a level 1. That's not going to happen in one appointment, and you need to set them up for success. You need to say, hey, this is not going to happen. We can get you lighter, and it might take you a couple of appointments, but you need to tell them why, too. Don't just say, it can't happen. Nope, can't do that for you. No. Clients don't know what we know. So clients want to walk out of your salon with exactly what they pictured in their minds or better. And I promise you, if they do, they're going to rave to all their friends about finally finding a stylist who gets them. And you will get so many referrals. But it all boils down to that consultation on both sides. Stylists, you have to be really, really clear on what you're hearing, what you can give, what you can underpromise, overdeliver. Clients, you need to make it really clear what you're looking for. But probably the worst thing that you can do is just go in and say, oh, do whatever you want to do. That gives no direction at all. A stylist really needs to know, what do you do to style your hair? Are you low maintenance? How often do you want to come into the salon? What's your budget? Or do you wear makeup every day? Does the color need to match your skin tone? All kinds of things. There's all kinds of things. So this unmet expectation really does boil down to both sides of the conversation. Yes, clients are very disappointed if they don't get what they had in their mind, but you gotta admit it's communication. It all boils down to communication. Okay, let's talk about another problem. Feeling rushed or unheard. This is how clients feel in a chair, in their stylist chair. They either feel rushed or they feel unheard. I used to talk about the number one reason that clients don't come back to a salon. Yeah, it could be skill set, it could be disappointment, things like that. It's usually indifference. It's usually they don't feel important. Because no one wants to feel like a number in a chair. No one wants to hear, hey, your 2 o'clock's here. No, they are a person. And if a client feels rushed or ignored, it overshadows even the most beautiful haircut. I used to work with this guy, and I don't even understand how he was so busy. He was so mean to his guests. So mean. He just acted like he was the best thing since sliced bread. Now, granted, he was pretty good stylist, but come on. And I don't understand why he would abuse people like that. So if you're a stylist, treat your guest like they are the most important person in the room, because guess what? They are. They are. At that moment, they are paying for your time. They are paying your bills. They are the most important person. You should not be on your phone. You should not be talking to other stylists. Your focus needs to be 100% on that client that's in your chair. I get it. Salons can be busy and you're juggling multiple clients. The phone's ringing, time runs short. You're looking at your watch. Your next client might be early or late or whatever. But I tell you, when you lose that connection between stylist and client, the magic's gone. Yeah. When you make a client feel like you don't have time for them, they won't come back. So here's what you do. Slow down, especially during the first 10 minutes. I know you're probably going a mile a minute, but that first 10 minutes, you need to look your clients in the eye. You need to ask questions about their lifestyle. You need to acknowledge their concerns about their hair, about the condition of their hair, the color, the maintenance. Even if you're tight on time, you make them feel like they are the only person that matters. It is crucial. This way, your clients leave not with just great hair, but with a sense of being cared for. And that's what makes them loyal for life, when you make somebody feel important. I guarantee that, 100%. Let's move on to another concern. Poor hair health after their service. Luckily, I've used a product for many years at my salons and even now that hair health really has never been a concern, because most people say their hair feels healthier after they've been in my chair than ever before, which I love, but it is a premium product and I pay for it and, I charge for that too. But I do understand when stylists can't afford premium products, but you still have to treat the hair with like it's the canvas that you're working with, okay? Because what's the point of gorgeous hair color if your hair feels fried afterwards? Nobody wants that pretty hair, but it's brittle. I've touched hair like that before where, if you look at them, it looks beautiful, but then you start getting your fingers in there and it's like straw. I mean, they have to put so much oil on their hair or product or whatever to make it look pretty that nobody wants that. Clients often don't know what's safe or what's realistic, and they might beg you for like platinum in one session, or they want multiple chemical services back to back. You've got to say when's enough, okay? If you are always saying yes without protecting the hair, the results might look good short term, but they will damage the hair. Oh my gosh. There's products out there on the market now that almost make it not impossible, but really hard to damage the hair. So the bond builders. So if you can't afford a premium color product or even premium hair products, I've seen salons. This is terrible. I've seen salons because I've watched things going on in our industry that they actually might take a premium bottle, but they go in the back and they fill it with cheaper product. What the heck is that all about? Don't do that. Do not do that. The integrity of, no. First of all, the client's going to say, oh, are you using this on my hair? You know what I'm getting at. Professional honesty. Always your integrity. Always. Recommend treatments, bond builders, and healthy alternatives. If you've got to say no to a chemical service, then say no and educate your client on why slower, healthier transformations last a lot longer. And maybe start charging a little bit more and get some premium products. I mean, the basic white hair lightener has its place. It's usually on my mannequin head, but usually not on real people because that stuff, it is harsh. It is harsh, but I understand when you're just starting out, and especially if you are booth renting or you're on your own, you can't afford other things. But I tell you, I have to disagree. You can't afford not to. Instead of disappointment, have your clients feel empowered and grateful that you protect their hair by saying no to some things and by using or charging more by using premium products. They're going to trust you a lot longer and for the long run. Okay, another pain point. Inconsistent or low value experience. Wow. I used to teach to this a lot. People can get a haircut anywhere. Anywhere. A haircut's, it's not just about the haircut. It's about the whole experience that the client gets in your salon or in your space. Your clients will notice if they're left waiting, even if for 5 minutes. If they show up early, you need to at least acknowledge that they're there and let them know how long they might be sitting there, okay? They're going to notice if the salon feels chaotic or if there's a weird vibe in the air or if they don't get that warm, personalized touch. They're going to notice all these things. And if you, on their first visit, give them an exceptional experience and then their next visit, you take them for granted, they're going to notice that. I have a story. I have to tell you this story. And I'm sure I've shared this before. A client of mine that I did her hair for years. Her name's Kathy. Wonderful. I mean, we went through, she had babies, I was the first to know when she was pregnant. I've cut her hair, grown it out, cut her hair, blonded her, all these things, right? Wonderful. She's for many years. And I had a great, I felt, relationship with her, right? And I remember she came into my salon. It was when I was still behind the chair at one of my salons. And she came in and, and she goes, "Oh, do your magic, whatever." You get in these little conversations. And so I start highlighting her hair and I'm like, okay. And then my next guest, because I always double booked at this time, my next guest came in and my assistant got them set up in the chair next to me. And I left Kathy sitting there with a magazine, I think. I turned to my side and I started welcoming my new guest. I said, "Hi, I'm Denise." We went through this whole consultation. I said, "Okay, my assistant she's going to take you back, get you shampooed. We're going to use this shampoo and that shampoo because you said that you wanted more volume or whatever it was. I can't remember. Can I get you anything to drink while you're waiting? Whatever. Whole experience, right? Gave her a tour of the salon, all this stuff, right? My assistant took her back to go get her shampoo started. And I turned around to Kathy and she's looking at me and she was like, "Wow, how come you don't treat me like that?" Oh my God. My heart just dropped. I mean, it hurt so bad because as a stylist, sometimes you just take people for granted. And we forget about the little things that elevate their experience. They're still our guests in our chair. They're still our clients, and they want to be treated like that no matter how friendly you get. So here's the solution. Be consistent. Always greet every client every time. Greet them warmly. Keep your station clean. Offer a beverage. Explain what you're doing along the way every time. Every time. Tell them why you're doing certain things and don't point directions, guide them. These small little touches turn an appointment into an experience. And then guess what happens? Every single one of your clients, they walk out feeling pampered and cared for, not just serviced. And that's the difference between a one-time client and a forever client. And can I tell you, after that day, Kathy never came back to me. I know. It's sad. And I ran into her later, like in the grocery store or something. I did eventually get her back in the salon, but I was embarrassed and taught me a lesson. That's for sure. Yeah. Taught me consistency. Taught me not to ever take a client for granted. Yeah. I'm just sharing that with you so you understand that it is so, so important. Okay. Even the most loyal clients still want to feel important every single time they sit into your chair. All right. My last pain point. Maintenance shock. Did you ask your client what their maintenance schedule wanted to be? I think this is one of those overlooked things. Okay. Your client brings you in a picture and they don't realize that to maintain that look, you might be able to give it to them. And to make that look like that picture, it's going to take some being in the salon every 4 weeks. It's going to take blow drying their hair with a round brush and then pulling out the curling iron to make it look like that. All right. So your client may love their cut or their color in the salon, but then they get home and it's total frustration because they can't recreate the style, or they can't keep the color fresh because it keeps fading, or they just don't have the money to get in there for as often as they need to. So if you're taking them from a really dark color to a really blonde color and those highlights keep growing out, they're going to have to get in there for touch-ups. So you need to explain this to them. A lot of stylists just stop the conversation at the chair, and then they forget that the client has to live with this hair every single day. So teach them. Teach them what you're doing. Share how to style their hair. Recommend the right products. Oh my gosh, that's a whole other conversation. Recommend the right products and be honest about the upkeep. If it's a high maintenance look, say so up front. Before you even get started, say, hey, we could do this. It'll look fabulous on you, but are you ready to be in my chair every 3 weeks for a platinum touch-up? And if they're not, for whatever reason, offer a low-maintenance alternative if it fits their lifestyle a little bit better. There's always something you can do. If they want to be that platinum blonde, maybe you suggest really heavy highlights or a really bright money piece so they get that look, but they don't have the high maintenance. I don't know. Clients feel confident styling their hair at home, and they will appreciate your honesty if you tell them how to do it. Educate your guest in your chair, and that builds long-term loyalty and it builds trust. So don't let them walk out of there and shampoo their hair the next day and then go, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? I've had that experience myself. I've loved it. And then I just know myself. I am a very low maintenance chickadee, if you didn't know that. A ponytail every day, and it's terrible. I always joke that I hate to do my own hair. I hate it. And I know that about myself. So if somebody's going to give me one of these, have to curl it every day to look cute, I'll love it maybe one day out of the month. But the rest of the time, if I can't get it in a ponytail, I'm going to be kind of upset. I don't know. Everybody's got different lifestyles, and everybody's in a different season of their life. Maybe they're a mom and they have 3 small kids running around. Do you think they have time to be curling their hair? No. They might want to look cute. Of course they do. But you might want to give them a lower maintenance hairstyle with some tips on how they can maybe twist it up and get it out of their face and still look cute. You just have to get creative with that. So, all right. So there you have it. 5 reasons clients leave the salon disappointed and 5 ways to completely flip that experience. At the end of the day, it's not just about hair. It's about the relationship, the honesty, and the experience we create in the salon. So if you're a stylist, think about which of these you could start improving today. And if you're a client, now you know exactly what to look for when choosing your stylist. All right, don't forget, share this with somebody who might need to hear this today. Go over to my YouTube channel, check out my videos over there. And remember, when you know better, you do better. Thanks for tuning in to All About Hair. If you loved this episode, hit subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with a fellow stylist or hair-loving friend. You want more tips, tools, and behind-the-scenes goodness? Follow me on YouTube or head to my website at denisekailitz.com. Yes, I know it's hard to spell, so don't worry, the link is in the show notes. Until next time, keep learning, keep creating, and keep loving what you do. Hey guys, real talk for a second. If you're a stylist or a salon owner dreaming of a smoother, more profitable 2025 without working yourself into the ground, I've got something you're going to love. I've been testing out Gloss Genius, and let me tell you, it's a total game changer. Imagine your entire booking system, payments, client notes, and rebooking all in one place. Easy to use, beautiful to look at, and designed with salon pros in mind. Here's what really sold me. Gloss Genius is offering a free data transfer right now. That means they move over your whole book of business for you. Services, clients, everything. And you don't have to do a thing. Plus, check this out. You get a super low processing rate, just 2.6%, no hidden fees. Clients can book in 30 seconds, no apps, no logins, just simple. And they've got smart tools to help you grow, like auto reviews, reminders, and even marketing powered by AI. If you're ready to grow your business and your peace of mind this year, do yourself a favor and give Gloss Genius a try. Sign up with my link in my show notes and get started for free. You deserve tools that work as hard as you do.